In this lesson, I'll explain how to design a simple user interface in Lazarus, and I'll also explain the basics of the object Pascal language. So if you are used to some other language such as Java or C#, you'll be able to understand the main syntax differences. And if you're a completely new programmer, you'll be able to identify the building blocks of a simple Pascal program. Now, this is the second lesson in a series which will eventually show how to develop and deploy Lazarus programs on multiple operating systems. So to follow along from the start, be sure to bookmark the series playlist. The link is under this video. Okay, so start up Lazarus and you'll probably see something like this, which is fine for a new visual form-based project, but in any case, if you wanted to create a new one, you can create any sort of project by going to the project menu and selecting new project. And this time I will create application, click OK, and there up pops the editor with this form ready to go. Now let's write the ever popular Hello World program. So first of all, I want to add a button. So click up here, then click again to put the button on the form. Okay, as this is a visual application, I'm going to use the button to display a message in a dialogue. So first I'll double click this button and Lazarus will automatically generate some code to handle a button click event. That is, when the user clicks my button when the program runs, this bit of code down here is going to be executed. Now to display a message box, I need to call the show message procedure. And I'll put the message between single quotes to show that it's a string. So let's show how to do that. Show message hello world. Now one more thing I need to do is to position the window in a more sensible place. So, but wait a minute, I've lost track of my window. Where's it gone? By default, Lazarus windows are free floating and it's quite easy to get one overlapping another. So one of the things that you really need to remember is F12 on Windows will toggle between the form editor and the code editor. And on Windows or on other platforms, you can do the same thing from the menu. But I'm just going to use F12 to get my form back. I want to center this form when the application runs, so I'm going to click the form to make sure it's selected. Then I'll go to the Properties panel over here, and this lists lots of properties which define elements of the appearance and behavior of the selected items. It could be the form or the button or some other component on the form. The property I want to change, so I make sure that form is selected, is its position. So I scroll all the way down here looking for position, and there it is. So at the moment it's going to be positioned exactly where it's designed, and I don't want that. I want to set it to PO screen center. So now it's going to center the form on my screen. Now I'm ready to run it, so I click this green arrow button, select OK. When it's compiled, it will eventually pop up, and there it is in the center of the screen. So I click the button, and there's my message. Now, in the command line program I wrote in the last lesson, the code prompted the user to enter a name and then displayed hello followed by that name. Now, as a reminder of that, you might want to go back to the previous lesson to see it. But let's do something similar in a visual style. I'll add, this time let me shut this down, I'll add an edit box to my form, so I click that here, then click the form to put it on, move it, and I'll make it a bit wider. Now the default text that's displayed in the edit box is simply its name, edit 1. Well, I don't want that, so making sure that the edit box is selected, I now scroll down in the properties panel to find the text property, and I just delete the text. And the text vanishes up here in the edit box. Now in the button click event handler, I can get that text and assign it to a variable. So we've seen something similar in the previous program. I need a var declaration section, var a name, that's the name of the variable, string, that's its data type. And this time to assign a string that's entered in the edit box, I need this, a name colon equals edit 1, that's the name of the edit box, dot text, that's the name of the text property, that's the text in the edit box. And down here I'll put hello, comma, space, then plus, and the variable name, a name. And now I run it, and this time when it pops up I can put my name in the edit box and then click the button, and sure enough it says hello Hugh. Now, as long as I use the Lazarus designer to create the basic application, this is all pretty simple. Even so, the syntax of the code here is clearly more complicated than the syntax of the simple command line program I showed in the last lesson. That's due to the fact that in the last lesson I wrote simple old-fashioned procedural Pascal, which is just bits of freestanding code, but in this new visual application I'm writing object Pascal code. That's Pascal that's been extended to use object orientation and a supporting syntax to create objects and classes. Here, for example, the tform1 class defines the form or window for my application, and the button one-click procedure has been put inside that class. And so the procedure name down here is preceded by the class name tform1.button1click. For now, if all this is unfamiliar to you, don't worry. Just let Lazarus take care of auto-generating the code to create forms and buttons and event handlers, as I showed in this lesson. In the next lesson, I'll go into some detail on the fundamentals of the Pascal language. For that, I'll be stepping away from object orientation and visual design and going back to the command prompt, so that we can get used to simple, traditional Pascal, without having to worry about all the object-oriented extras. Though, of course, I'll be coming back to that later on in this series. Thanks for watching. If you want to delve deeper into Object Pascal, you might want to get a copy of my book, The Little Book of Delphi. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and make sure that you don't miss any lessons in future. Click subscribe and the bell so that you'll be notified whenever I upload something new. And I hope to see you again soon for more Pascal and Lazarus and all sorts of other things in other lessons real soon now.